Sponsored by Brazzers. We outside.
It feels so weird.
It's been fucking a minute.
It feels so weird. I ain't gonna find it. Feels so weird.
We back. Let's go. Let's make this magic.
We back, motherfuckers. We back.
Houston in the building.
Bro.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2.5 Bros. It's been a year and we motherfucking back in the building. I am your host, Mr. Hit it with the wee. Joined here with my good brothers today. And also, we got a special guest, but we going to save the guest for last, though, because, you know, lady, that say the best for last. We going to start with my left over here. Y'all know him as Rolando. We know him as Roro McNasty, a.k.a. the Escort Killer. How you doing, my guy? How are you doing?
I'm good. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. We back, baby.
Can't wait to get this nasty going. And then my brother on the right, with the GoDaddy slut shorts on and the white shirt. You know, the LeBron James of this shit out here. Y'all know him as Sir Wilkins. I call him Reverend Milk Dud. But
Don Cheeto.
Don
Cheeto.
But I call him the LeBron James of this shit. So, Wilkins, how you doing over there?
I'm feeling great, but you know what? It's time to introduce our guest.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
right.
us.
Oh, yeah.
We back.
It's not about us today.
It's not about us.
It's not about us.
Season 2, baby.
So we back for season 2. We back with the legend in the making. We back with the red-headed demon, pretty toes mommy, the throat goats.
Tell him.
You beat off to her one time when you were lonely.
You know what you was doing that night in the room with the door closed and the Vaseline.
You hit her with the, "Are you up?" and she didn't answer back. So you opened up your laptop. You hit that site on your phone. You go, "Oh my God, I'm ready." And then you started typing. You know what you were typing? Alexis love. You typed that away. And then you saw the videos and then you got the lotion out.
You was like, "Ooh, that's fire."
And then you said, "I gotta pick the right video." So you picked the video with her eating out a girl, and the girl's in a handstand.
Yo, Shorty was doing a handstand. I want to know who came up with that scene.
I did.
Yes. And then you kept
you must
going.
have some strong ass arms.
You kept going. You kept touching yourself. And then you was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna release just yet."
No, not yet.
And then you saw her put one of the legends to bed, Rico Strong. You saw her knock him out. And then you knocked out right after because you released.
Yeah.
He said he knocked out right after.
That was a story for sure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you shouldn't be listening to this one. It's all about the adults tonight. We're going to have a conversation.
You can only listen to this if you're nasty.
Oh, you heard her. Only if you nasty.
Yeah.
And that's requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls who are listening to this, the underage people who are watching this and listening to this behind their parents' back. Let's give a round of applause to somebody that we all enjoy in more ways than one. Alexis Love.
Big titty queen.
Boobies.
Titties are shaking.
Titties.
Welcome to New York.
Thank you. I am so excited. Thank you guys so much for having
welcome.
me here.
No
I really
problem, no
appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to get this. If you know me, you a fan, you know that I'm Big Deuce. Thank you guys for providing it.
You're welcome.
Let's
You're
start
welcome.
this off with a shot.
This is the last shot I'm taking.
This is the second
No.
shot.
This is the last.
This is the second shot.
This is one of many shots he's taken.
Oh,
Here
man.
we
Right,
go.
I had to
Thank
carry
you.
that.
Shout out to New York.
New York in the building.
Shout out to
Yeah.
2.5 Bros.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Woo.
So whew,
I love it.
I love it. So first things first, we gotta ask the first question.
Let's go. Wait,
How'd
let
you
me
get
my
it?
titties together.
Okay. First things first. Are you spitting or are you swallowing?
I am definitely swallowing, but it depends on the person. 'Cause
Okay,
you can't
talk to
swallow
me.
everybody.
So what's the requirements to swallow? Talk to me.
Write this down.
Really, to be honest, I don't fuck with nobody who I don't want to fuck with in the first
Okay.
place. So if I choose you, then of course you know, that's gonna happen. But you gotta be clean. You gotta drink a lot of water.
That's a fact.
If
Always.
if
You heard that?
Always.
all you're
Every
drinking-
day,
Lot of
baby.
water.
Every day,
If
baby.
all
of
you're
water.
drinking is sodas and eating Philly cheesesteaks all day, we
Damn.
can't do it.
Nah, you in
Nah.
New York now. This is chopped cheese land.
Chopped cheese, okay.
Cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, nah, you gotta.
One word: bacon, egg, and cheese.
Word.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. But yeah, so other than that, long as you meet the requirements, definitely.
All right, that's simple and easy. So the next generic question we got to go into is, how'd you get started in this business?
Okay.
Oh, because
so-
I was trying to find some information. I found out a little bit. I
So-
think-
Same here, same here.
Before you answer this question, people that are listening, this man hits the group chat.
Yo.
And then he goes,
Every-
yo, Wilkins.
you got to do your
Yo,
information. You got to read
Yo, I'm
up.
trying to research Alexis. Does she have a Wikipedia? I looked at my phone and said, no, she does not.
Yo,
she
you-
has plenty of videos. Research.
said-
You would
He
never
said,
know.
"Yikes."
You never see how many. Yo, I was Googling it, and another porn star named Alexis.
Yeah,
Okay, so we can talk about that too. How I, got my name.
yeah, I need to talk-
Like
I-
she's
that's-
like she got it kind of slim,
So,
like
but-
skinny.
She's very skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah, I
like, they
seen
said
that.
she
She's
was like
mainstream. I'm not
Latina.
mainstream.
Okay,
Listen
okay,
to
gotcha,
me.
gotcha.
You on
Let's
Pornhub
talk
and
about
everything.
that.
No, you're mainstream to me.
Yeah,
You're
listen.
mainstream to us.
I am to a lot of people. Like they be like, "Oh my god, you're my favorite porn star," and I'm like, "I'm not a porn star." Like, but okay.
don't think
So
you
what
a
do you
star?
classify it?
What do you
as?
classify you?
I
yeah.
classify myself as a porn actress, so I can break it down to you.
Break
like,
it down for us.
To me, there is the first level of just people who, what's it called?
Amateur?
Not amateur, because like all of it's kind of amateur. It's when you first start out, you're gonna be called an amateur. But like people who just do OnlyFans, you know, like where there's no structure, there's no nothing. They don't have to get tested, none of that. They're just doing it.
Just fucking.
Yeah, just fucking. and you see this with the shit wiggling everywhere. Like, they don't give a fuck. There's no real structure. That's not their job. They just do it for fun every once in a while, you know, type shit. And then there is the middle where I have actually got booked for companies.
Like Plumper Pass?
Like Plumper Pass, Freak Mob. Shout out
Freak
to
Mob.
Freak
Oh,
Mob.
yeah.
Shout out to Santana Red. She was on an episode that we did with her before.
Yeah,
From Freak.
mad cool.
And who else? There's plenty other, but also what is it? Strippers in the Hood. He's from New York. I
Yeah,
work for
he's a
him.
big cocky
Yeah,
cock
big
diesel
cock
dude.
diesel.
I gotta look into that.
He used to be a
Male dancer?
that too, but he used to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, he
Oh.
built like
was
a
way-
bodybuilder.
Yeah, so he's huge.
He be
All
fucking bitches.
So,
All sorts of
yeah.
niggas.
Yeah, so shout out to him too. But like I've been actually booked for
Yeah, I've seen it.
scenes, and then on
Can't
top
watch
of
it no
that,
more, though.
did OnlyFans.
You say you can't watch him or her no
Why?
more.
Can't watch her no more, B.
Huh?
We like
Yo,
friends now.
It
Oh,
was-
we talked about that.
It was
yeah.
crazy though. Like before you were booked for an episode on the show, like it was few times, you know, I went on Pornhub and it's like, yo, she nice. I like that. And then it's like he put your Instagram in the chat like way before we booked you, and I was like, I seen her on videos.
Oh,
and then now it's
yeah.
like, oh, we got her here in person. It's like, yeah.
But continue to the
then,
levels.
I said an actress is somebody who's been booked for places, but the closest to mainstream I got was Plumper Pass. Like that's the closest thing to mainstream with my size that I could. But now I was just talking to a guy named Scotty P that's in mainstream, because I seen a lot. I was watching porn, and it was like what.
So they had, I know you're talking about Brazzers, right?
Yeah, Brazzers started to get
Bigger girl.
chubby bitches.
So
and
they
I'm
had,
like, oh,
no, but they had some.
okay.
Yeah.
So they had
Put me
Simone.
on the team. Y'all need a nasty bitch like me.
They had Simone
Ooh.
Richards, and
Oh,
then they
damn.
had
Simone is
Susie.
fire.
But Simone's
There's one.
not.
I
They
think
had
one-
Susie though. They had Susie. I
Simone's
forget.
not fat though. She's just.
She's bigger than mainstream.
But I think
I
it's
kn-
because definitely bigger than the mainstream. But they also got a couple of females who obviously got their body done, but they're built. You know, they're tall and
Yeah.
everything.
I think
so
there's one named like Sophia. I can't.
Sophia Rose was on there.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
know who
one.
that
That's the
is.
one. Yeah.
Sophia Rose a Hispanic BBW.
Yeah,
So
she-
so you're speaking to two porn connoisseurs right here.
okay, so I'm not a porn connoisseur.
I'll help you out, ma.
He said he gonna show you his list. Once this shit is over, he gonna show you the list. of everything.
Really, because all the time, like guys, especially some guys, be trying to boost about who they mess with, who they booked, whatever. Sometimes, and I'm like, they like start name dropping. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. And it's not because like I'm trying to be bougie, like I don't care, like not. But I stay out the way.
Gotcha.
Right, you
know,
just
like,
in your
I'm one
own
of those
lane.
I literally like people think because I'm in porn, I fuck all day and that's all I do. Like no, I get dick like once every 3 to 6 months. Wow. Like I do not fuck like that. I'm one of those people. I go to Vegas or wherever.
You just
I
be
get
chilling.
my contact with the same people that I fucked with for a long time.
Okay.
And then I go back to Texas and I chill out.
Gotcha.
You know, for 6 months. So I'm a little bit different. But I stay out the way unless they are like huge names or there's somebody who like people who I follow or follow me keep reposting. If it's not that, then I don't know who they are. So it's not about me being bougie or like. I don't
Who
know
do
these
you
bitches,
know?
But, like the one girl you talked about. She's older and she has the big curly hair. Divine.
Monet Divine.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
who
that
she
was
is.
the one that we did
But
at the
I
sex
never seen,
con.
but I never seen any of these people's porn either. I just know who they are from Twitter.
So Monet Divine's legend.
Yeah,
You gotta-
I know she's a legend.
She's like 90s, early 2000s, like the
So is
peak black porn era.
Yeah.
So
like,
is
when
she
started-
like?
That's when I first learned how to beat off.
Is she like Brian Pumper?
Yeah, that era,
Like that?
Mr. Marcus, Brian Pumper, Lexington Steel.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the GOAT era, basically.
It is the GOAT era.
Yeah, it's the GOAT
Jay
era.
That's a
Fire.
fact.
Which, while we're talking about
Naomi
that, we
Banks.
need to bring back black porn. Seriously.
So
I know a few that's
actually-
out right now.
I actually wanted to ask you about that real quick, because you said mainstream, and then I watched the Plumper Pass video that you did. It was with a white dude.
Yeah, and that was my only and first white dude.
So is it to get in the mainstream? Because even in the Brazzers episodes that you talked about, the bigger girls, they're all boning white guys.
Yeah, and that's my dilemma.
So is that the thing? Like, in order to go mainstream, you have to sleep with more white guys?
But the thing is that's why I like to do my shit the way I do it. I pick who I fuck. I pick who I do what with. Everything comes into me. I don't have to do anything with anybody. I pick everybody.
Gotcha.
So anybody I've worked with, it's because I reached out to them or they reached out to me and I said yes. I don't have to work with anybody. And I don't work with anybody off of clout or anything. I have to be attracted to you. And then on top of that, when I hang out with you, like when I first meet you, there has to be some sort of chemistry already there for me to say yes.
You gotta have a good vibe.
But the
Yeah.
only thing is that I mostly work with mainstream guys, but there's a reason for that. Not for clout. I mostly work with mainstream guys because they know how to keep work.
Yeah, they keep it discreet.
Oh, and that's what I said. The first is content creators. That's the word
Okay.
I was thinking of. So, like, content creators is a big, like, I'm a content creator, but at the same time, I'm amateur, whatever, actress. But when you do, like, content creators, a lot of them don't give a fuck. Like, when that's all they do, like
What do you mean they don't give a fuck?
Meaning they just be fucking, anybody and everybody. They don't care about tests and stuff like that.
Wow.
Like, they're just like, normal people who just, you've
Yeah.
been
Oh, the
with
camera.
you can fuck your girl or your girlfriend and they're just like, oh, let me get this so I can jerk off to it later. They're doing like that type of shit that you just like, how like random people put shit on Pornhub? That's the type of shit that they do. And they don't care about tests and all that. But with me and with new actresses and of course mainstream, which mainstream is just people who do Brazzers, Blacked, all that shit, like big time, like that means everything. And then think about it, once your money is involved and your reputation is involved, it's not like it's behind the scenes, so if something happens, nobody really knows about it but the person. But this time, like if something happens, oh, that person's going on Twitter and everybody in the whole industry gonna know that you burned somebody or you did this or you did that, because we all see people get blasted on there. So it's really important, and that's why I can't, and if you take this seriously, you can't just fuck random people or do random guys. Like, it's really important. Test first.
Yeah, you your own brand, so it's like you promote yourself. So if you
Yeah.
can't
You're
just
your
be
own
out
person.
here just dotting and bopping with anybody. And I'm glad you mentioned that with the testing, because you know when I was young, I was
Test
just like, yo, they just out here raw dogging everybody. Do these niggas?
Yeah, and see,
what?
in the mainstream though, like I'm not mainstream, but I still work like that. Like everything is test within, and that's why I think it's funny when people be like, act like, oh, porn stars are nasty. They fuck all these people, but understand, honey, we are the most safest people
Yeah, y'all get
because we
tested a
take our
lot.
shit so serious. Like every 2, maybe 3 people, I get tested right after that.
To be honest,
So,
I ain't gonna hold
every
you.
14 days is the standard.
I think I would fuck, like, if I had to choose some rando chick
You gonna fuck
or
a porn
star,
star?
raw dogs, I'll fuck a porn star, raw dogs. Like a legit porn star.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not gonna get nothing.
Yeah, not no content creator.
Like, because y'all get tested so much.
Yeah, every 14 days is a standard.
Yeah, and it's
And
like,
I like I said, I don't go by 14 days. I go by people, by bodies. So 2 usually, but 3 if I'm like in Vegas or something and doing something. And then I'll just go back to talent testing, get another test, and then work with more people. But it's really important. It's
no, it makes
really
sense. It makes
important.
sense. It makes sense of continuously doing that. But how do you feel about the stigma around being a porn star?
I hate it.
Like,
Especially with me, but the thing is,
I got you, Mom.
let's keep it a buck. I knew what the fuck I was getting into when I got into it. I took my time and you want to talk about that now, how I got into it? Okay, so this is the whole story.
Ooh.
So that has to do with the story. So okay,
You want
so
some more, guys?
Yes.
Slide that over there.
when I first
Let Big Mama talk.
Yo, I like that.
I read, I don't know if it's true though, because like I said, I was trying to do my research. It was like one of your first scenes was like 2 guys.
Yeah. My first one was with
I love the research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like you got into it through a mutual friend or something like that.
No. It was no mutual friend. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how it happened. And I forgot, what is that white couple's name? It was a white couple, Sirens.
Oh,
D Sirens and
Siren
her
Triple
husband.
X. Siren
Yeah.
D Siren Triple X.
So that's who I did my very first one with, right? And when I basically Buddha Bang, if you know who that is, Buddha Bang is the one who found me. So the whole story is, funny thing, I used to work, okay. Y'all want the business, or you just want the...
Nah, we want it all.
Listen, we want to
everything.
Nice
make
and
it
raw.
Everything on the
nasty.
fucking
Nice and
table.
nasty.
Everything on the
It's not
fucking
gonna be
table.
nasty, but...
Nice and raw, cream
Yup.
pie.
Okay.
That's how I like
You
it.
say you like it milky. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Everything.
Okay, so basically, when I lived in Minnesota, I was born and raised in Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Prince
And-
country.
Yes, so very Midwest. But I decided to come to Houston. I've always wanted to. I visited for 2 years before I actually moved to make sure I liked
Okay.
it, and then I fell in love with it within the first 3 months. So I moved. And then while I was in Minnesota for at least 9 years, I was I worked with people who had mental disabilities, adults that had mental disabilities.
Wow.
Okay.
So I worked in the nursing field for a long time. So I thought, I'm going to come to Houston and I'm going to get a job doing the same thing. I'll be all right. So I signed a new lease and everything. I found a job, talked to the guy, and he was like, oh, yeah, come here next week, or whatever day we said. And he's like, and then we'll sign the papers. You got the job. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm literally moving a whole state. Like, I can't. And he was like, no, you're good. Like, you're good. Da-da-da-da. Like, just come back, and then we'll fill out all the paperwork. Da-da-da. I'm like, okay, cool. Come back. Come to find out, I already had the interview, but I came for actually signing the papers and stuff. When I came there, they were like, oh, he doesn't work here anymore.
Got him.
Damn.
And I'm like, what? He doesn't work here? What the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, oh, well, yeah, he was hiring people who didn't, like, have have the curricular to do this job.
They was
Oh,
lying
so
on
he
their
was
resume.
He was the plug.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he
and
was
I
like a
didn't know
fraud.
that.
Oh, he was just getting people free jobs, basically. Like,
Yeah.
you get a
Oh,
job.
so-
And they
you
didn't
get a
even
job.
qualify. So I didn't know this. But
Man,
then
they let him go for that. Who was snitching?
I don't know. But then I just signed my lease. I just moved to a whole new state. All this shit, and now I don't have no job because they told me that they're not gonna hire me regardless because of him. So I was like, "Fuck, what am I supposed to do?"
Damn.
That's some
So,
hating shit, though. Like,
Me going from somebody who
Damn.
has always
wow.
made money and always had multiple jobs to like moving a whole state. Now I don't even know how I'm gonna pay my rent next month. You know, like fucked up. So then I was like, "Fuck it, okay." I'm about to I'm a hustler at the end of the day. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Like, shit's gonna work out. So I went and got 3 jobs. I got a job at a liquor store, I got a job at Target, and I got a job at an overnight gas station.
okay.
Oh wow.
Right.
Shout out to Target. I did
So
Target.
I hate Target. But I did all 3 of those.
What did you do at Target?
I was just a normal, full clothes, regular shit.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
I did
okay.
security when I was there. So
Oh, that shit's horrible. Oh.
listen, it's fun. It's fun when you get to put people on their necks.
Oh, yeah.
We used to have
I'm sure
handcuffs
your
and
ass,
all that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
we-
got-
Your ass going overboard.
Nah,
weren't you?
that ass.
Nah, he
If
got-
you-
he-
if you- listen, I'll
Yeah,
show
he
you
got
videos
You
shorties
got
of
that
stuff.
turtleneck.
Nah, I actually do that. So I'll show you.
funny.
But that's when we used to catch people. We had holding cells in there, handcuffs.
No,
and
yeah,
all that.
I know
So-
because I used to. That's the part I used to like though. Like I'd be like,
Oh,
oh, this
sitting in?
motherfucker about to steal some shit. And I
Yeah.
call them like, nah, da, 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 and they like running and dipping under shit. Like
You
oh,
trying to be Secret
yeah.
Service on your Pink Panther shit? You behind
Literally.
everything?
Oh, shit.
Literally. Okay, so I got all those jobs, and while I was at my liquor store job, I was really close with the manager owner. So it was just me and him. He worked the morning, I worked the night. So when I was with him, there was a regular guy that came, but he always came in the mornings. But like my first week, he ended up coming one time, and then him as a manager and we're super cool. He was like, hey, da-da-da-da, this is da-da-da-da, like, she's going to start doing the nights and introducing me to the regulars. Yeah. And he was one of the regulars, and he's like, hey, how you doing? Like, I probably won't see you because I always come in the morning. I just ran out early, so I end up coming right now, but I'm usually always in the morning. I was like, oh, okay, nice to meet you, whatever. And then he came another night, and this was maybe a couple months into me working there. He ended up coming another day, but he came at night, and I'm a people person. I talk to everybody.
Yeah, you mad
So,
annoying, B.
I talk to everybody.
You're not a New Yorker at all.
Oh, so
God,
you
not
was
at
out here
all.
talking to everybody, being
Everybody.
friendly.
I'm friendly. I'm nice. So I was sitting there. He came in.
Can't take her nowhere.
Shut up. I'm not that bad.
You was holding doors for people.
Yeah,
I
hold
They
do
was
hold
looking
doors
at you.
for her. I do
They
hold
was
doors.
looking at you weird and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong
No,
with
they
her?
don't. They're like, oh, she's nice. She's not a bitch.
She not from here. They know. They know.
Yeah.
you not from here.
Not from here. So basically he comes in and I'm like, what the fuck you doing here? Like, I talk shit. So I'm like, fuck you doing here? And he was like, what you mean? And I'm like, this ain't your fucking time to be in my store. And he was like, oh, I like the feisty. And I was like, yeah, what you doing in here? And he was like, I ran out early. And I was like, no, you just went to come see me. So like, I'm talking shit, obviously.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, talking spicy. So I was talking all spicy to him. And then like, he went to go to the back, and I looked at his shirt, and like on this of his shirt, it said director. And I was like, me being a smartass, like seriously being a smartass. And I was like, you don't direct shit. Why you got that fucking shirt on? And he was like, I do direct. And I'm like, no, the fuck you don't. And he's like, how you gonna tell me what I do? And I was like, you don't direct shit. And he was like, I'm Buddha Bang. And I was like, who the fuck is Buddha Bang? And he was like, you don't know who I am? And I was like, fuck no, I don't know who you are.
He's like, let me show you something.
Yeah, and then he was like, let me show you. And he's like, I'm like one of 2 of directors in Houston. And I was like, oh, well, no, I never heard about you. But also, I've never been big into porn like that, like watching it wise.
Really?
No. There was only certain people I watched.
Who did you watch?
Rico Strong.
Oh.
That was a personal.
And who
No.
else?
Who else?
Like all the goats. The goats.
Did you enjoy Wesley Pipes? that's my goat.
Yo, my
That's
son
my
was out
goat,
there
son.
with Timberlands on.
That's my goat, B. He be like, yeah, bitch.
Wilding the fuck out.
He be like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah,
Stick all
bitch.
these kids in your mouth.
Suck
You know
this.
what?
It's a school bus.
I like that aggressive shit though. Like I like the talking shit, aggressive shit. That shit.
That's
turns
my
me
king
on.
right there.
I like that shit.
Wesley Pipes, my king, bald-headed king.
Oh my god. So basically he said that, and then I was like, show me credentials, and then I
Damn.
was like, because I don't believe you.
fuck?
She was like, she wanted the whole 9 yards, birth certificate,
Yeah,
state
I want to
ID.
see it.
Zip
So
code
then
on that.
he looked it up and he showed me, and then like I'm looking at the views and all that shit, and I'm like, damn, he's really legit, like for real. So like I go on his stuff and like see who follows him, who he follows, and I was like, oh, he's
Was
for
this
real.
Instagram or was this like Twitter? What was it?
Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like I knew he wasn't like huge, but I know he was big enough that like
Yeah, he was
people
popping.
who've been in here know
He was
him.
clout.
Yeah. So basically, I was like, first thing I said as soon as I seen that, I was like, I'm your bitch.
Wow.
And he was like,
Damn,
he was like,
aggressive.
he was like, what? And I was like,
Take me down.
I was like, I'm your bitch. I'm a nasty ass bitch. You want me on your team. So he was like, looking like you look right now. Like he was stunned.
Y'all see that?
What?
You brought that Jabba Tizz contract for the son?
He
What are
looked-
we doing here?
he looked stunned, and he was like, huh? Because mind you, remember I told you I lost like 50 pounds. So at that time was a time when he met me. So like, regardless, if you don't already know what I do, I look real like innocent and sweet, and especially if you know my personality. Like once you see the porn, it's all out the window. But like
yeah.
before that, like I'm a real sweet girl and like real soft spoken and know how to carry myself. So like he didn't see that, and he was like, "No, you're not." And I was like, "Try me." And he was like, okay. He was like, let's go do a little meeting so I can tell you like what we're gonna do, like what's the steps. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So then we do a meeting and he tells me, and then I was like, okay, just
What
give
are
me
the steps?
like
What were the steps?
he is just basically like, okay, I'm gonna have you, start a Twitter. Do you have a Twitter? No. Okay, then I'm gonna have you start Instagram. If you don't have that, then I'm gonna show you how to do an OnlyFans and start that.
What year was this?
2019.
Oh, this is just fairly recent.
So July. I've only been in this industry for 3 years.
Damn, I
Wow.
thought she was in porn for longer than that.
Everybody thinks that.
because she got so much content.
Like, she out
Everybody
here just
thinks
feeding the
that.
game, boy.
And
Wow,
that's
that's
so
crazy.
crazy.
So I think I did see it was either. So before we get to that, tell me yes or no. Which one was the first scene? You and Simone Richards on a three-way?
Sirens. That's what we were talking about. The
Oh,
Siren
this is-
Studios was my first one. So
Yeah, it was
we
the
were
two
going to
guys.
get to that.
Were you doing anal?
No.
Okay.
So we're gonna get to that.
My
so
bad, my bad,
so
my
no.
I got a little
You
excited.
So basically, I took a little time. I was like, okay, let me think about it, because I have certain obligations and certain things, and I'm a lover. Like I'm a Gemini. I don't know about other people, but I'm a lover. So I'm like, damn. I know once I start this, I'm gonna have this certain stigma added to me. I'm automatically going to be a hoe. I'm automatically going to be this. I'm automatically going to be that. No man is going to take me serious
glad you
because
said
of
that.
my work.
I got a question for you, but I'm going to let you finish, though.
So I was like, no man's going to really take me seriously because of my work. And it's understandable, because I think I could deal with it, but you never know until you're actually in it.
That's a fact.
But I feel like I'm like, okay, I had to be real with myself. Like, are you seriously okay with giving up your dating life, basically? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Because once you put out the first video, it's there forever.
That's
Look
a
at
fact.
me. Look at Mia Khalifa, whatever. Like, she only did that
Mia
shit for like
Khalifa.
3 weeks. And
Dead
she's
ass?
still,
It was only 3 weeks?
3 weeks?
she
Nah.
only did it for like 3 weeks. It's either 3 weeks or 3 months she did porn. And her ass, like, is still, like, quote unquote, to some people, a legend. And she didn't even do anything.
Yeah, she like, when you go to
Like,
Pornhub,
crazy.
they got the porn stars ranked.
She
Like,
makes
Yeah.
so much money
Like,
till this day.
She said she doesn't make any money off of it.
I don't know. Well,
I think she
them,
lying, but that's a different
when
conversation.
she was in it, she sure did make a lot of money. But she doesn't own. If she would have owned the rights to her videos,
That's probably what it is.
yeah, because back then OnlyFans wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Because I think OnlyFans has been like for 5 or 6 years now, but before that it wasn't that, and I think she was in it then. But regardless, so I was like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Like at that time I was 30 years old. I was like, I'm 30. Haven't met any man that I even think about.
Because you haven't been to New York. That's why.
Oh God.
You here now,
So, Lord. So I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with it. Like, it is what it is. Honestly, I've always been a nasty bitch my whole life.
I like how that sounds.
I like how that roll off the tongue. Nasty bitch.
You know, and it's
And we
so,
know what she do with that tongue.
Yes, sir.
so it's so funny though, because like literally I just went on I guess you could call it a date. It wasn't a date, but it was like go have a drink with a guy that used to be my fuck buddy.
Oh shit.
Right? So he found me or I found him on Instagram or whatever, and I told you I'm back in the Midwest for a little bit. So I was like, he reached out to me or something. He's like, oh yeah, da 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 da. And then we were talking, and he was like, it was so crazy because I was just sitting at home, and one day a bitch came up, and he was like, damn, she fine. And then he was like, I know that tattoo. And he was like, I had to do like a triple check. He was like, I know that's not her. That's her. I know that's not her. And he said, as soon as I seen you give him head, my dick jumped because I automatically remembered.
He
what
remember.
It was like.
He remember those
He
lips.
said
I
he got
remember.
flashbacks.
He remember.
He was like, I automatically got flashbacks, and I was like,
You had
that's
it
crazy.
serious like that?
But then he was like,
Hold on. We can't jump.
He the fuck buddy.
mind you, I haven't fucked this man in over 10 years.
So your head is serious like that?
You want to find out?
What? The fuck we doing here then?
What the hell?
Rolando, don't act like you don't want that because you are escort killer. So don't do it to yourself here because she here. Don't act brand new. We know what you do.
Escort killer.
Yes.
That's right.
So I got a question. I don't
Okay,
mean to
go
get
ahead.
you off your story, right?
No, you
so
guys, that was
this
basically the story.
is
though.
nah.
Yeah.
To add on. So recently you had put on your Instagram that you were trying to date or like get into a poly relationship. Oh, hold on.